The slide. He got it to him. Touchdown, Mechie.
And a big breakaway.
Just downfield. Diving catch. Touchdown. Are you kidding me? What a play.
With lots of time. What a throw. Lobbing one for the end zone. Touchdown LSU. He's in at the secondary. They won't catch him with a timer. Score. LSU looks unstoppable. Going deep near the end zone, it's caught, and a touchdown! She was looking to throw.
Looking right, throwing right, into the end zone, caught for the touchdown!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RFL Season 6. The first FBS game of the season is here. Oregon State versus Kansas State. BT making the swap from Pitt over to Kansas State, getting out of the EAC. This is actually the first WAC game, Western American Conference. League debut, like I said, we have new conferences here. We've got some announcements and things going across the bottom of the screen where you can check out or make note of other games that will be live later today and later on this week. So be sure to check out, or be sure to hit the follow button so you don't miss any games that go live later today. But first off, like I said, Oregon State at Kansas State. This one should be a pretty fun game. Whoops, this is not a conference game. This is non-con. I'm getting ahead of myself for a conference game later today. Looking like we got lots of pauses here to start. So USC and Oklahoma at 7. That is the first conference game of the season. I believe Kansas State's playing Notre Dame again after this. That game will not be streamed. I don't know what we're waiting on here. Okay, apparently his controller was not working, but now it seems it is. But we've got Wildcat formation to get the game started. Deuce Vaughn's going to keep it on a 3-yard sweep. This is, again, like I said, the first FBS game to be played this season, so there's really not a lot of stats or anything to talk about. All right, sorry. Both coaches going back and forth with me. Now Kansas State going to pick up a first down there. That's a huge, huge gain. I think that was maybe 30 yards, something along those lines. But 1st and 10 now for Kansas State. Martinez is going to hand the ball off to Deuce Vaughn, and Oregon State's going to make a tackle for loss there. They're first on the season. So 2nd and 11 now. And Oregon State read it right. Actually read the tight end to the back. Ball falls incomplete. Now going to be 3rd and 11. The I-60 to I-5 showdown. Martinez back to pass. Has 4 verts. He's got a few guys wide open. It's Deuce fine, and what a hit. Ball falls incomplete. 4th and 11. A huge stop there for Oregon State to get the game started. A timeout already? I guess he called a fake punt and then wanted to change his mind because he can't go for it. So we'll see our first punt of Season 6. So first down for Oregon State. Going to hand the ball off to Martinez up the middle. We got Martinez in the backfield on both teams here. Oregon State does start the season ranked number 15. Kansas State ranked number 9. This is technically the RFL debut game. Looking like we got a 3-3 stack coming out of Kansas State defensively. Nolan back to pass, makes a man miss, takes off running, picks up a good block from his receiver, keeps on his feet, 19-yard gain out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Huge first down there to avoid a sack. Nolan, a terrible read on the read option. So 2nd and 14 now. 4 verts coming in for Oregon State. Looks like Kansas State guys have these dudes locked up. Deep ball down the sideline falls incomplete. Really threw that into a hole in cover 2. Tried to fit it in. But the Kansas State DBs had a good job at clamping down on the Oregon State receivers. It's 3rd and 14. We got another 4 verts, and it's a post. This time, good. Incomplete. I don't think we've seen a completion yet. Maybe one. Lots of drop balls. Now 4th and 14. A punt coming in for Oregon State. Interesting call there for Kansas State to go for 2 to take an 8-0 lead, but halfway through the first quarter. And a couple new rules in Season 6 is you can chew clock in the second quarter and the fourth rather than the second half. We've also extended the game clock to 6 minutes permanently instead of only in the postseason. So a little bit longer games you'll see this year. Chance Nolan back to pass. He's going to find Martinez on a screen. Martinez down the left sideline, picking up lots of yards there, 29-yard reception. And the Kansas State touchdown was just a simple curl route that ended up going about 50 yards to the house. So simple is effective here to start the game. Ball's handed off to Martinez on a counter. Going to be brought down for a 3-yard loss. Now Oregon State's going to be looking at a 2nd and long behind the chains. Nolan had a man open on the shallow, but elected not to throw it to him. Going to scramble again. Slides instead of risking a fumble on a tackle. Picks up a huge first down for Oregon State. Now in plus territory, just outside the red zone. We got trips to the field. 11 personnel. Fenwick's going to get the carry now on the halfback counter. Can he find the end zone? Broken tackle. He does. Deshaun Fenwick, 32-yard touchdown on just a simple counter play. They had numbers to the boundary, and he took advantage of it. Oregon State, I'm assuming, will go for 2 and maybe tie this thing up. Looks like he will not. So it looks like we will have an 8-7 game. So no gain on first down there for Kansas State. Going to be 2nd and 10 now. And, oh my God, I thought it was picked off. Oregon State defender just a tad bit too slow. Now going to be 3rd and 3 for Kansas State. A run guess. Oh, a great ball there. Jackson catches it, 23-yard reception, and a first down. A run guess out of Oregon State, and luckily his defenders actually played the pass or played their receiver. Kansas State split backs. Martinez looking to find over the middle, and I think that was Spielberg. I don't think Spates is what I saw. That's not what I saw on the field. It is deflected, though, 2nd and 10 now after an incompletion. Deuce Vaughn's going to get the carry now. Hard hit after he finds the edge. Now going to be 3rd and 7 for Kansas State. Bad ball by A.J. Martinez. Now Kansas State's going to have to elect a punt because they can't go for this without it being I mean, they can maybe try a field goal, 59 yards. Well, they're going to have – oh, he will. Interesting. And off the upright, the kick falls just short and a little to the left. Oregon State going to take over about midfield. So Nolan back to pass here, going to scramble. It was a simple drive concept, and now he's going to run it back out of the backfield. Open. Martinez puts on the brakes after a beautiful spin move, picking up some late blocks downfield. Damian Martinez, a 58-yard touchdown. A beautiful, beautiful run after catch there by Martinez out of the backfield. Nolan just rolled to his right, was patient, saw his running back streaking down the middle of the field, found him. Beautiful moves there by Martinez, and Oregon State has a 14-8 lead at the end of the first quarter. So BT will take over after the return to start the second quarter. Looks like we got a two-man look or just a man in general. Phillip Brooks, 14-yard reception and a first down for Kansas State. Screen pass to Deuce Vaughn. Breaks some tackles. Breaks another tackle. Brought down across the 50 into Oregon State territory. 17-yard gain there. I said it all last season. Deuce Vaughn is probably the most electric player in football. Curious to see how BT elects to use him now that he is taken over as the head coach of Kansas State. And a beautiful read there by Hooter on defense. Unfortunately, just unable to make the tackle, and Martinez takes off for an 18-yard gain. He read it perfect, just a little too quick, inevitably. Total yards are pretty much neck and neck so far. And a risky ball almost intercepted there. Threw it into basically triple coverage. Now 2nd and 10, just outside the red zone for Kansas State. Martinez back to pass. Got a man. Unfortunately, could not get the feet down or hang on to it. Now Martinez is 4 for 10 to start the game. Martinez, risky throw again. Luckily, this time it's brought down for a catch. Now going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for Kansas State. Vaughn's going to get the carry on the halfback counter. We've seen counter quite a few times here already. That's going to be a 3-yard gain. Now 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Martinez back to pass, double slants, and he throws it to the end zone. And Cooper will not bring this one out. I wonder if he hit the wrong button because he had multiple slants open. Instead, he heaves it to the end zone. It's picked off. And Oregon State will take over. First and 10 now for the Beavers. Nolan back to pass. Another missed tackle. He's got his running back again. It's Martinez putting on some jukes. And we got maybe a late hit, roughing the passer. Illegal touching? Is that it? Yeah, illegal touching. What's up, Mac Dub? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. So after a 5-yard penalty, Oregon State has 2nd and 15. That was 5 yards and a loss of down. So now Nolan back to pass on another screen, and it's almost intercepted. The user D in there coming into play. Yeah, MacDub, as the season goes on, we'll have a little bit more to run across the screen, obviously, but with this being day 1 of season 6, there's kind of limited stuff we can put on there. So, but a good defensive stop after the interception there by Kansas State. They're going to take over, hopefully in maybe plus territory. I guess they're expecting a fake here. And what could have been a really good return results in, I'm going to say, a net 40-yard loss. I think if he would have put a return man back, he would have caught that about the 50, probably could have got to the 35, we'll say. Instead, he starts at about his own 15, which is not good for Kansas State, especially given where you've had to basically drive the length of the field and you've already had the ball 3 times, and you've already converted in points once, and that was on a long play touchdown. So Kansas State definitely needs to get a score in here before the half. Moon Vibes, what's up, my man? So Martinez is going to roll out this time, using his legs to pick up 15 yards and a first down for Kansas State. 7 first downs to Oregon State's 3. Nobody's over the left receiver. What is going on over there? What is going on? Okay. Yeah, good. Oof. That's going to hurt. That's some pain there. The user drop. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Kansas State. I'm surprised he didn't just... And another interception. Oladapo, Oregon State gets their 2nd turnover on the day, and BT could be in a world of hurt here. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I think Kansas State got the ball to start. Now Oregon State, another Martinez carry, gets them up to 81 rushing yards on the day. MT, Moon Vibes will be joining us in Season 7, unless, some guys drop out. But now we get 5 wide out of Oregon State. This could be set up for a touchdown. Oh, we got some pressure. A pick! I said a touchdown, and it could be a pick 6. Savage. No. Brought down by Good. And we have our 3rd interception of the day. That was really good lockdown coverage by Kansas State. And if I'm BT, man... You've looked really good in man coverage all game. I don't know that I would get out of it, honestly. But 1st and 10. Taking over at the 30-yard line now. Deuce going to get the carry. Going to pick up 8 yards, kind of up the middle. I agree, MT. I 100% agree. I'm actually sitting down with Hooter tomorrow for one of our first sessions of RFL school, if you will. So that'll be pretty fun. But Hooters played really well today. He's definitely looked improved from his game against Clemson in the Arizona Bowl last season. I think that's just the 3rd pick, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Hooter definitely does look improved. BT, I don't know if the nerves are getting to him or what, but new team, maybe he's still getting used to them. Deuce going to get the carry again. If I'm Kansas State, feed Deuce and run man. That's what it looks like the success rate is here for you today. And if I'm Oregon State, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You've thrown 1 interception, which hurts, but you've played really well defensively, and you've got 2 big touchdowns on the board so far as well. So 2nd and 4 for Kansas State now. Under 2 minutes to play before half. Read option, Martinez up the middle, slides, 1st down for the Wildcats. We got triple slants coming in again. Martinez trying to hit that late slant route. He likes to keep it himself. The old coach of Kansas State popping in saying he's disappointed in the new coach. Apparently, maybe that, I don't know what you'd call that. Wish I would have never left, maybe? Is that what we're getting out of Coach Gerald? I don't know. 1st and 10 for Kansas State at the 30-yard line. Going to play action. Wide open. Center. He's going to be brought down after picking up 13 yards. A beautiful play action there. Uncovered. Wide open there out of the slot. And Martinez hands the ball off to Deuce Vaughn. Going to pick up 7 yards there. I was reading chat. So we use the same rosters every season unless a new roster update comes out, like the ones that dropped with V20 yesterday. We swapped to those, so there's a little bit of changes. But other than that, we pretty much use the same rosters unless a big roster update drops. And then, yeah, we have pretty much a coaching carousel that you can check out. I know you're in the Discord, MacDub. If you go to the Coaches Portal channel and Discord, that kind of explains how we do some of this stuff. So, Deuce Vaughn, wow, what a run by Deuce Vaughn. All kinds of broken tackles. And Kansas State will retake the lead with 39 seconds. Oh, it looks like he's going to go for two, so we could have a tie game headed into halftime. Looks like goal line look, zone coverage, Martinez rolling out, and he's going to walk in for a 2-point conversion. And Kansas State, 16-14, takes the lead in the second quarter. Sounds good, Mac. Just send me a message on Discord or whatever, man. I'll be around mostly all afternoon. If not, I can set something up with you tomorrow. So, looks like we got a 5 wide look. Oh yeah, quads to the boundary here out of Oregon State. Nolan scrambling out. Broken tackle, broken a fumble. Oh, that could have been scary. Kansas State could have taken a 9 or 10 point lead before the half. That was close. That was scary for Oregon State. Handoff to Martinez. We got a flag. What is it? Holding? It's got to be holding, right? Offsides. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Wood, we are seeing lots of read options or just get out of the pocket. I guess they don't know what contain is here. So 5 wide again out of Oregon State. He's still got all 3 timeouts. He has plenty of time to make something happen here. And another dropped pass. Apparently the user catches were nerfed in V20. Watt, can you confirm? That's how it's looking at least. We've seen tons of drops, tons of balls hitting the dirt here today. 2nd and 10 now for Oregon State. Nolan again scrambling. Has Good over the middle this time. He's going to hang on to it. 15-yard catch in the first down for Oregon State. And just playing for the field goal gives you the lead. I think, and no one corrected me, I think Oregon State gets the ball at half. Nolan, risky throw, and another dropped pass there. Should have been intercepted. Potentially could have been another pick six, or our first pick six. Nobody open here. Nolan scrambling, takes off, breaks the tackle, needs to get out of bounds, does so. Oh, but time expires. Oh, that's going to hurt. I'm telling you, Kansas State is doing really, really well in terms of man coverage. Ideally, I would like to see them stick with that. I think that's probably their recipe to success here, especially defensively. As Lowe's going to return this to the 25-yard line. No, so we have the RFL logo. Everything you're seeing on screen, like top right and the RFL, is built in. That's not part of the overlay. The only overlay is what you're seeing rotating going across the bottom. Nolan back to pass, throws it deep. That's underthrown bad, and luckily, ball falls incomplete for Oregon State. Try to take a shot there. Yeah, so MacDub, I know you're new here. The score bug is built in. If you look on their jerseys, each team, as the ball's intercepted, maybe we can get a chance to show you at some point in a replay. Each jersey has a patch of the new conference they're in. So these are not like Big 12, SEC. This is our own custom conferences, which I think I mentioned to you earlier. You can see that, I think, around the stadium, maybe in some places. The fields, we have our own custom fields. You can tell by the midfield logo on this one. Lots of customizations. Basically, our own mod of CFBR here. It's what makes this league special. Nothing like it. Kansas State coming out in Wildcat. Wheeler back to pass. Throws it intercepted. Oh my Lord, Grant. We could have a house call. I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah, Deuce Vaughn's a little bit too quick. That's our, I think, 5th interception of the day. Wow. I mean, just a rushed and terrible throw, quite frankly, out of Kansas State. Trying to force that. And, I mean, there was nothing there. Safety made a good read on it. And another interception for the Beavers. Good ball there by the quarterback, Nolan. He's got 113 yards on 4 completions. And Hooters just going 5 wide now. Oh, a QB draw. Pick up 4 yards. Martinez not able to fit the hole, able to pick up at least 1 yard though. Hey, is there still no game sound, or do y'all have game sound? And additionally, how is my audio? Martinez going to get the carry on the power O here. Unable to. There is no sound. Okay. My audio is fine. I'll need to look into that before we get started later tonight. Oh, this has got to be a fake, right? What in the Sam hell? I mean, that was like a 62-yarder, right? I didn't even look. I was expecting him to punt it. Wow, interesting. Kansas State takes over, 5 wide, stick and nod, down the sideline. That's a touchdown. There's Brooks. He's gone. Kansas State, 56-yard, one-play drive. And we will finally see Kansas State kick a PAT here and take a 23-14 lead about halfway through the second half, or halfway through the third quarter. Sorry, I had a quick phone call there. Kansas State's going to get an interception, and Hooter, who was playing so well in the first half, has almost fallen apart in the second. Gerald, give me 1 second, and I will look. Brooks again over the middle. Broken tackle. Wow, Kansas State. 60, that's 116 yards and 2 touchdowns on their last 2 plays. Gerald, I don't see anything that's... Is there something that says RFL under the logos does say ESPN? I don't see anything that you're talking about when picking plays, but I'll keep looking. Yeah, so Trigger, MacDub will be able to join in Season 7 unless people drop out. We have 38 users in the league right now. And 38 users are in the league now. There are 13 on the wait list to get in. So Slayer, no, I can't hear game sound. I have my OBS set up through voice meter for production, so it's a little whack. Nolan back to pass though, sacked, fumbled, and Kansas State could have a scoop. Nope, I was gonna say scoop and score, but just a fumble recovery will do. And again, Hooter was on fire in the first half to get this game started, and now has just came apart here in the second half. Turnover after turnover after turnover. And what was a 14-16 game quickly could turn into 37-14 in a matter of moments. Martinez keeping it on the read option. Huge hit there by the Oregon State safety. Yeah, that could be it too, Gerald. Because I think if user 2 is active, everything's fine. I need to go ahead and change that. Yeah. Second goal now. Deuce Vaughn one-on-one with the safety. Safety dives a little too early. And Deuce Vaughn finds pay dirt at Kansas State 37-14 with 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Nolan back to pass again. Got a man open. I think he's just trying to live and die by the deep balls. I mean, he's got guys open quick off the line that ultimately could turn into big gains if he would just throw it. But Nolan, his 8th carry, averaging 8 yards per carry. And again, that was the same exact play. He kind of forced the ball there on the wheel route. Could have been intercepted, but it does fall incomplete. Nolan wisely throws the ball away there. Going to be 3rd and 10 now. And Nolan getting benched now. I think that's so Oregon State putting in an 81 overall quarterback instead of 85. That's similar to what Clemson has done, putting Cade Klubnik in instead of DJ. And hey, it worked out. First ball, beautiful there on the sideline, and a first down for Oregon State. Oh, wow. I think that ball may have been tipped. Like tipped by the wide receiver, then caught by Wright. Don't quote me on that. And again, that's just another thing of Hooter kind of rushing the throw there. Moon Vibes, you missed a lot. A lot of turnovers, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of big plays. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. But hey, don't worry. If you missed it, we take all these VODs, and that's wow, Deuce Vaughn. We take all these VODs and we put them up on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see it back there later today. But yeah, Oregon State's utterly just fell apart completely. It was playing really, really good in the first half, and then now you see where we're at. Martinez tries to throw off his back foot. Ball falls incomplete. Gerald, I don't know, honestly. Maybe Versa Sneak. Wow, Deuce Vaughn's really quick. He's going down the left sideline. And there he goes, mama. There goes that man. Kansas State putting it on. 44-14. Gerald, anyway, so Versa and Sneak are playing. But I don't know if Sneak has a webcam. Versa maybe. Who else is next? Who's next? You and Reagan. I don't think Reagan has a webcam. Reagan also plays on Wi-Fi. So it may even be a thing where you have to. Okay. If y'all both have webcams, we may see if he wants to do it, and we do it for you guys. Moon Vibes casters use cams seldomly. It's depending on probably when Gerald gets back to school. Casters will use cams. Moon Vibes, message me back as well about getting with me tomorrow. I don't think I'll have time to meet today. My computer's pretty much booked up for the rest of the day, so. But message me back, and hopefully we get a meeting in tomorrow. Huge stop there by Kansas State. Now going to be 4th and 4 coming up for Oregon State as we head to the fourth quarter. Fake punt for Oregon State. Ball's intercepted. Probably worse than a punt. At least he does make the tackle and doesn't give up a pick six. So after a big carry by Adrian Martinez, Deuce Vaughn's going to pick up 2 yards on a counter. Haven't seen too many run plays outside of just read option and counter. Hopefully we will see some more diversity as the league goes on. Jet, has Clemson been preparing for the triple option? Jet, word on the street is Clemson has no clue what to prepare for with you. Florida's a good triple option team, but they also throw in some spread and stuff. Talking to their coach, they're going to be ready to go either way for that kickoff game tomorrow night. Kansas State going to pull up for a field goal. To make this a 33-point game. Kicks up, kicks good. What stadium is this? Gerald, if you can tell me. Oh, Nebraska Stadium? Okay. How do you say this quarterback's name? Jabia? I don't know, but deep ball down the sidelines by Jabia. I'm going to go with that. Is incomplete. Again, Oregon State, obviously you're down 33, so you got to play a little bit different. But early in the second half when it was still a 2-point game, you could tell even then. Like now he's got a guy open on the shallow route. He likes to go to Martinez on the check down. I think Hooter just kind of needs to take what's there, take what the defense gives him, and he'll be a all right going on for the rest of the season. There's Martinez on the counter. A play he scored on earlier. Can he take it? No. He will be brought down at basically midfield. That's only Oregon State's 10th first down of the game. Hand off to Fenwick. I'm sorry, that was actually Fenwick that scored on the long counter play earlier. Ball's underthrown, and Rott gets his second pick of the day. That is the 7th turnover for Hooter and Oregon State. And this game, I mean, at that point, it's all she wrote. Kansas State can chew some clock. Probably start kneeling now. I mean, even then, giving the ball back to Oregon State wouldn't hurt. I don't know what the record is for turnovers in the game, but I know 7 is getting close to it. Martinez is going to scramble here, slide after picking up a first down. And this is pretty much all she wrote, guys. Again, this will be this is the first game of Season 6. Yeah, I know that. I think the interception record is 7 or 8, but I don't know. I think Hooter had a fumble, if I remember correctly. So I want to know what the overall turnover record in a game is. Which one may not have it. Deuce Vaughn up the middle, sorry, down the right side, not up the middle, and there he goes. Okay. Respect to BT for not running up the score there. I know he said he wanted to win by a lot, but that right there pretty much puts this game out of reach as we see the victory formation. And we will see one more knee down before Kansas State takes this thing in Lincoln, Nebraska at Memorial Stadium. The I-60 to I-5, I think, showdown is what this one's called. But we've held, I mean, pretty much 10 viewers this entire game, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit the follow button. Like I said, we'll be live with 2 more games later today. We have USC versus Oklahoma, and we have Syracuse versus Texas. So 2 playoff teams from last year going head-to-head, hopefully with cams on that one. So like I said, be sure to hit that follow button, guys. I'll be back live at 5:45 Central, 6:45 Eastern. What would that be? 3:45 Pacific. So don't miss it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in just a few hours.